Hey there, world travelers, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Mila, your friendly sky concierge, and I've been navigating the clouds as a flight attendant for 15 years. If this is your first time here, let me give you a virtual high five. Over the years, I've seen it all, from the sublime to the utterly absurd, usually somewhere around gate 42 at 6 a.m., caffeine in hand, flight schedule in chaos. Today, we're zeroing in on flying after 60, because let me tell you, there are hidden advantages you're probably missing. You know the drill. Early alarms, pre-dawn drives, endless check-in lines that feel like they were designed by a mischievous genie with a flair for frustration. You've probably got your carry-on strategy down: compression socks, a supportive neck pillow, maybe a book thick enough to fend off rogue carry-on wars. But let's pause for a second. If your only plan is packing light and showing up early, you're missing a goldmine of perks that the airlines quietly offer to senior travelers. Think about it. Are you automatically getting the best seat, the smoothest passage through security, or the most peaceful layover? Or are you accepting the generic airport experience like everyone else? If you're nodding and thinking, wait, there are perks for travelers over 60 beyond a discounted Cinnabon, then you're in the right place. We're talking about insider knowledge, the kind only a seasoned flight attendant sees abused, ignored, or cleverly used. Today, I'm unlocking 7 hidden airport perks that will make travel after 60 smoother, less stressful, and genuinely more comfortable. By the end of this video, your next trip will feel less like a marathon and more like a first-class experience without paying first-class prices. Before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been rushed through security even when you did everything right? Tell me in the comments below. Your stories are the heartbeat of this channel, and I read every single one. And if you're craving more insider tips, like which gate agents hold secret upgrade vouchers, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell. That ensures you won't miss my next video, where I'll reveal the one thing passengers always forget that nearly ruins their flight. Ready to turn the airport into your personal playground? Let's dive into Perk 1, the VIP security shortcut, and show you exactly how to glide through the chaos with ease. Perk 1, my savvy travelers, is the VIP security shortcut, and let me tell you, it's not just for first class. When you hear TSA pre-check, most people think, ugh, another sign-up, another fee. Sure, for the general public that's true, but for seniors, especially those who move a little slower, struggle with heavy carry-ons, or just need a calmer experience, there's a quiet, often unadvertised courtesy lane that works wonders. Here's the reality. Airports are chaotic, and TSA officers notice when someone is clearly struggling or moving carefully through the line. In major airports, there are dedicated assistants or family lanes sitting next to the standard line, usually empty, waiting for travelers like you. It's not officially labeled Senior Express, but I've seen this used 1,000 times. The key is proactive communication. Don't wait until the security line is backed up. Approach the first officer you see and politely say something like, "Excuse me, I'm a senior traveler and my knees aren't great today. Is there a priority or assistance lane I could use?" 9 times out of 10, they'll wave you over. It's a win-win. You move through faster and calmer, and they keep the main line flowing. I've seen it in action countless times. Traveler Bill 72 approached an officer. "It's my first flight in 5 years, and my doctor said no bending today. Can I use the assistance lane?" TSA officer Kim smiled and said, "Absolutely, sir. Go right over there. Take your time. We're not in a rush." No drama, no stress, just a smooth path to the gate. Perk 2 is the gate agent's secret stash of comfort seats. Maybe you booked a standard aisle, only to discover it's right next to the lavatory. You know the one, people constantly bumping you while waiting in line. Here's the insider tip. Gate agents hold more power than you realize, right up until the doors close. They manage last-minute changes, connecting passengers, and weight distribution. They also control seats blocked for crew rest, maintenance, or as a buffer. The move? Arrive at the gate about 45 minutes before boarding. Find the agent when things are calm. Approach politely, share your story. For example, "Hi, I'm Martha. I see I'm in 14B next to the lavatory, and my back is giving me trouble. Any chance there's a more comfortable seat available?" If you're courteous, clearly a senior, and not causing a fuss, they're often willing to unblock a seat or swap you into something better, maybe economy plus or an empty row. Why? Because they know an uncomfortable passenger is more likely to flag a flight attendant later, slowing the process. Perk 3, complimentary escort and cart service. This isn't just for medical needs. Booking wheelchair assistance, or even special assistance, can effectively give you a personal escort through the airport. If you have a long connection, say Terminal A to Terminal E, don't try to be a hero. Request the wheelchair assist when booking or at check-in. Often, you get a dedicated representative with a golf cart or a fast-track guide through the terminal, elevators, and security. Imagine this scenario. Traveler Susan, 65, has a long connection in Atlanta. She approaches the desk politely, confirming her wheelchair assist. Assistant Mike responds, "All right, ma'am, hop on the cart and we'll take the service corridor under the gates. You'll be at E14 in 5 minutes flat." Result? Susan avoids the crowded concourse, bypasses long lines, and saves her energy for the flight itself. These first three perks, VIP security lane, gate agent comfort seats, and the escort cart service, transform your airport experience from stressful to serene. It's all about using patience, politeness, and a little insider knowledge. Remember, airlines want to move passengers efficiently. When you make it easier for them to help you, they're happy to do it. And as a senior traveler, this subtle assertiveness is your power. Moving on, let's talk about Perk 4, lounge access for long layovers. Airport lounges are the unsung oasis of travel. Comfortable chairs, free Wi-Fi, snacks that aren't stale peanuts, and most importantly, peace and quiet. Most travelers assume you need elite status or an expensive credit card to get in, but here's the insider trick. Many airlines and independent lounges offer unadvertised discounts or even complimentary passes for senior travelers. It's often at the discretion of the gatekeeper. If you have a layover of 3 hours or more, approach the lounge entrance even if it's not your airline, and politely ask about a senior day pass. Explain your situation calmly. "I have a long layover and I'm looking for a quiet place to rest. Are there any senior rates available?" Sometimes the fee is reduced, or you may even receive complimentary access for an hour. It's all about showing respect and requesting help thoughtfully. Airlines and lounges want passengers relaxed and comfortable. It keeps the environment pleasant for everyone. Next up is Perk 5, free drink and snack vouchers during delays. Flight delays are inevitable, but the way you handle them can make a difference. Senior travelers have a subtle advantage here. Airlines owe you a certain duty of care, and if a delay is the airline's fault, you are entitled to compensation like a meal voucher. Instead of waiting for an announcement, approach the gate agent directly. Say something like, "My flight to Miami has been delayed over an hour, and I'm starting to get hungry. Could I have a meal voucher, please?" Because seniors are perceived as needing care and being less confrontational, the agent is more likely to grant the voucher immediately. The key is polite, direct communication. Don't grumble or appear demanding. Perk 6 is priority boarding as your own time, not just a favor. Most flights pre-board first class, elite members, and anyone requiring extra assistance. That includes senior travelers. You don't need a wheelchair or a cast. Simply requesting extra time to get settled, stow your bag, and organize your space qualifies you. Stand up when the special assistance announcement is made and politely tell the gate agent, "I'm a senior traveler and I'd like a few extra minutes to stow my carry-on and get settled." This avoids the last-minute scramble, reduces stress, and keeps the cabin flowing smoothly. Flight attendants appreciate it because passengers are ready, seated, and calm before the door closes. Finally, Perk 7. The unofficial concierge service from the flight attendant. Once on board, we are your primary caretakers and your personal resource. We know the quietest lavatories, which galley is least trafficked, and where to find an extra blanket or snack. The secret? Engage with us early, make eye contact during the safety briefing, and offer a polite greeting. It's a beautiful day for flying. Thank you for what you do. Later, if you need a cup of tea, help adjusting your vent, or an extra pillow, ask kindly. A friendly, polite senior traveler is far more likely to receive attentive service compared to someone barking demands. This isn't about favoritism. It's about respect and effective communication. For example, traveler Robert, 75, asks politely for a cup of hot water. I respond warmly, check back a few minutes later, and even offer an extra pillow. Small gestures like this make your flight far more comfortable, while also fostering a positive relationship with the crew. Airlines train staff to recognize respectful passengers, and seniors who use polite, thoughtful requests often experience a higher level of service. So there you have it, 7 hidden airport and onboard perks perfectly suited for travelers over 60, smoother security, better seats, personal escorts, lounge access, free meal vouchers, priority boarding, and attentive service from your flight attendants. By understanding these little known advantages and approaching them with patience and politeness, you turn an ordinary airport experience into a first class level of comfort, all without spending extra money. Now that we've covered the hidden airport perks, let's move into the onboard strategies that elevate your flight experience, especially for senior travelers. The first key element is mastering your seating strategy. Airlines make it appear that seat selection is straightforward, but the reality is far more nuanced. Not all seats are created equal. Some look fine on the map, but are actually uncomfortable or disruptive. Let's break down a few insider tips. Trap seat 1 is the last row. Often these seats don't recline because the lavatory or galley bulkhead is right behind them. Even if the pitch seems similar to other rows, you'll end up sitting upright for the entire flight. Avoid the final 2 rows of any cabin section if comfort is a priority. Trap seat 2 is next to the galley or lavatory wall. While you may have slightly more legroom, you'll also endure constant noise, light, and traffic. Flight attendants frequently pass by to restock, prepare meals, or use the restroom. If your goal is sleep or peace, steer clear of these seats. Trap seat 3 is a broken or obstructed window seat. Some aircraft have structural frames that limit your view or force you to twist uncomfortably to see outside. Before selecting your seat, check specialized seat mapping websites that flag limited view or restricted seats. Knowledge here can transform a frustrating flight into a pleasant one. Then comes the exit row conundrum. While these rows offer coveted extra legroom, there are hidden caveats. First, if the exit row has a double door configuration, your legroom may be restricted by the structural pillar. Second, you cannot store personal items under the seat. All bags, purses, and water bottles must go in the overhead bins during takeoff and landing. Consider whether the trade-off between space and convenience is worth it for your comfort. Next, the seating buffer strategy is a pro-level trick, especially for traveling pairs. Most travelers instinctively book window and aisle seats together, leaving the middle seat to strangers. If you and your partner book non-adjacent seats with the middle seat left open, there's a high chance that no one will occupy it until the very last moment. Even if someone does, a polite request to swap seats almost always works. This strategy allows for a row essentially to yourself without paying for premium seats. Now, let's talk about the back of the plane secret. Many assume that the front cabin has the fastest exit, but for long-haul flights, the back can offer tranquility. The rear rows near the galley or lavatory see a lot of activity during meal service, but once that passes, they often have fewer people and more empty seats. If your flight isn't full, sitting 3 to 5 rows from the rear often gives you an entire row to stretch out. Plus, if the flight uses a remote stand with bus transfers, rear passengers frequently board the bus first, arriving at the terminal sooner. For overnight or long flights, this aft serenity zone can be far more valuable than front row convenience. Another critical insight is the unofficial no-kid zone. Bulkhead rows are popular for families with infants because of bassinet attachments. Seniors seeking quiet should avoid these rows. Many bulkhead seats across the cabin are used strategically to group families, which means if you select a mid-cabin or aft bulkhead, you reduce the likelihood of being surrounded by noisy children. Always consult aircraft seating charts to find these secondary bulkhead rows. Finally, never underestimate the gate agent advantage. Many hidden premium seats remain blocked until the last minute for crew, weight, and balance, or potential upgrades. Approaching the gate politely, explaining any discomfort, and requesting an available seat can unlock a better location. A courteous request often results in a free upgrade to an aisle, exit row, or even a completely empty row, making your flight exponentially more comfortable. By combining these advanced strategies with the airport perks we discussed earlier, you can turn the entire travel experience into a well-oiled, stress-free journey. You're no longer just another passenger. You are a savvy, strategic traveler who maximizes comfort and efficiency at every stage of your trip. Once you've secured the ideal seat and settled in, the next step is in-flight strategy. How to stay comfortable, alert, and healthy for the entire journey. First, hydration is non-negotiable. Airplane cabins are dry, often less than 10% humidity, and at high altitudes your body loses water faster than you realize. Seniors are particularly vulnerable because our sense of thirst diminishes with age. The smart traveler brings a full water bottle from the terminal and keeps it accessible. Drink regularly and balance any coffee or alcohol with extra water to prevent dehydration, fatigue, and headaches. Next, focus on movement and circulation. Even with a spacious exit row, sitting still for hours can lead to discomfort, or worse, deep vein thrombosis, DVT. Your magic weapon is the in-seat workout. Simple exercises like ankle rotations, leg lifts, or the airplane alphabet, tracing letters with your toes, help blood flow and reduce the risk of clots. Walk the aisle periodically when safe. Flight attendants encourage it because it helps prevent stiffness, swelling, and circulation issues. Another overlooked step is organizing your personal space. By using a small go pouch inside your carry-on for essentials like medications, headphones, books, or glasses, you avoid the frantic search mid-flight. When items are within reach, you stay relaxed and avoid unnecessary interruptions that could annoy nearby passengers or draw attention from the crew. Now, let's talk temperature control and comfort. Air vents above your seat are more than convenience. They regulate airflow and provide a small shield from hot, stuffy air or airborne particles. Open the vent, aim it slightly forward, and you'll feel a personal climate zone that reduces fatigue and discomfort. Combine this with a quick sanity wipe down of your tray table, armrest, and seatbelt buckle. It takes less than 30 seconds but gives peace of mind, ensuring your environment is hygienic and controlled. Lastly, courtesy goes a long way. Politely interacting with the flight attendants can enhance your comfort significantly. A friendly request for a warm beverage, extra blanket, or guidance on a restroom route is far more effective than demanding it. Flight attendants remember polite, appreciative passengers, especially seniors, and often go the extra mile to provide small comforts that make the flight feel first class without paying a premium. By combining hydration, circulation exercises, organized essentials, temperature management, and courteous interaction, you transform your in-flight experience. You are no longer passively enduring the journey. You are actively controlling your comfort, health, and peace of mind. Every small step compounds, making your trip smoother, safer, and far more enjoyable, even on long-haul flights.